Alright guys, welcome back again. Another 1-0 Crazyhouse World Championship match is about to start. On the schedule it said that it would start at 10 o'clock, but I've just been informed by OK that it will actually start a few minutes later. But I decided to start the stream already, and as you can see, JohnStuckey is warming up against Tubby Tommy here. And well, opperwezen against JohnStuckey will be a very interesting matchup, I think. Opperwezen is of course the favorite, but John is this very fast player and extremely resourceful, and of course he has a rating of around 2400 and higher. It's been higher, so he's not without chance against opperwezen, but I think we should give opperwezen the title of the favorite in this matchup. And well, already I can start trying to comment on this games, see how he is doing in his warm-up stage. He's got a checkmate now on h8 or g7. Hi Mixu Chess, thanks for tuning in. And I think this is today I didn't warm up for my match, but I think this is a good choice by John, getting some games in and try to get the early mistakes out of your play, so you get right into the action when the actual match starts, which again will be in about 10 minutes. Yeah, I heard, but I decided just to start the stream already so people could wander in if they if they like. But thanks for telling anyway. Alright, this is always very annoying, this light square pressure, and he's taking a lot of time to resolve it, but I guess he's playing 1+1, as you can see here. So he's not really practicing for those time troubles situation, I guess, but at least he's getting a fast time control in, getting the moves out. Let's see if Opper is not online yet, so we'll keep with John then, and white will probably try to take on g7 and knight at g2, maybe strong then, but I think you have to take on g7 because now pawn at g2 and queen is very strong. Can block with the knight here, but takes, and then the rook is hanging. It's just many material for black there. Knight at d4 is an option at some moment, since this f3 square is weak. I guess knight at g2 is also fine, because now rook at g1 will be very strong, or f1 even. And this should be made shortly. He just calmly takes the queen, and threatening knight takes e4 now and takes d1. Bishop at b4, blocking the king's escape. Would have been made in two, but alright. His opponent resigned already. I hope everything is alright with the quality of the stream. At the final moments of my previous stream, there seemed to be some issues with lagging images. So I made a few changes in the settings. So I hope that does it for now. But let me know if it doesn't. Alright, this can be taken because there's bishop takes h7 if he takes with the discovery. Alright, good. Probably he can take, and maybe he has to take even, and then put some pressure on this queen. Would have liked him to check with the queen, because then the pressure of his queen will be relieved with the tempo. For example, queen e6. Probably slightly better. Maybe he's thinking now about this sacrifice, but that shouldn't work, I guess. Eyeing g2. And this is actually not so easy for white. Knight takes d3 is also annoying. Ah, he had knight at e7. I missed that one. Now rook at f8 is major threat. Move the bishop. And now he can think about taking the knight or retreating the bishop. Renewing this knight at e7 threat. Alright, opperwezen is online. So they will probably start soon. But then again, he said he will start at 10:15, so maybe he will be waiting. This seems to be going John's way. Bishop f5 or bishop b5, yeah, bishop b5, double check, and queen d8 probably is enough. Now there's rook g8, rook takes g7. Yeah, he finds the mate. Well done. And I'm following John, so it should be, if he starts with opperwezen, it should be okay. So I won't miss it. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, let me know what you think about this matchup. Maybe some predictions. And we're getting started right away. Alright, let's talk about the game. This French opening, and John is slightly ahead on the clock here. Probably he'll try to get in on f6. Now harassing this knight. Opper could also have tried some at f3 business, but I think this is also fine. Trying to make use of this pin on the queen here. But it seems like John is doing very well here so far. Pawn at d6 probably. Yeah, and Opper's already resigning. Okay. So the warm up was very useful there for John, I think. Opper just starting cold. Needs to get going fast though, because it's only 20 matches, so half 40 minutes of play, half an hour, something like this. Right, John going for this h5 move, which is I think is very useful, because it gives you pawn at g4 at some stage, but also h4, and prevents white from putting a knight on h5, which is usually what you want to do here. Alright, we've got this positional crazy house here. Lots of slow moves, and probably a break will come soon from opperwezen. e5, d5. I'm expecting. Okay, he decides to rewrite the knight like this. Maybe then e5. Okay, this trade seemed fine for opper. He is a bit. It's a bit scary here though, but John is also running down on time. Okay, yeah, he just decides to resign. You have to keep up the pace here. You can't allow your opponent to get an advantage of more than 15 seconds. Alright, creative opening here with knight g3 and c3. Don't know if it's that good though. This is something to deal with. And this is a nice move, pawn at f4. Luring away the bishop and also then getting knight f3 in with the check. Double check even, winning the queen. So pawn at f4. Really good there. And now we'll try to make use of this d3, c2 weaknesses. So c3 is, I think, not a very good move. Queen takes g2 probably, queen at f1 threatened. Maybe he'll castle long here. Don't know what else to do, just drop the rook, but it's a big material disadvantage here for John. Okay, he decides to give up the queen. I think that's reasonable. John is trying to preserve the material, but to try some bishop takes f7, but queen f1 was very strong there, winning another piece for black. Alright, John opting for this knight e7 again. Maybe he'll go h5 again in this game, we'll see. Alright, h5 now, so this is not a good plan, I think, because pawn at g6 will be strong. So we'll see a knight at h5 from opperwezen. Yeah, there we go, attacking here, and this bishop was eyeing h7, so rook g8 is and well, it's going so fast, but as you can see in the final position there, if you can't take with the e pawn because it's pinned, and if you take with the queen, knight at f6 would have won the queen. So John resigned there. After that first game, which John took convincingly, opper seems to be warming up. Alright, this is theory, I guess, but it seems very good for black, this light square attack, dominance, however you want to call it. And this should be very good for opper. Pawn d3, d2 is hard to deal with, and you can't even cover with knight g1 because then the queen comes on e2 as well. Yeah, he resigns. Alright, John has to change something quickly here, otherwise it will be a very tough time. For now he's sticking with the same opening. Upper switching it up by playing e5. Preventing bishop at g4 with this h3 move. And well, black seems fine for now, but his pieces are rather passive. This bishop isn't doing much, just defending. So yeah, there's not much. Okay, he's trying to grab a piece there. Yeah, this should go to upper. John can't really block here, so the rook will fall next. And again, notice this time difference. It's taking John too much time to find the right moves. So if he was winning on the position here, the time would have been very hard to deal with. So opperwezen showing his class here with some very nice quick wins, just refuting the opening choices by John. Alright, already f2, maybe a point of interest. Pawn at g4. Or maybe he'll just try to castle and get safe. Okay. And again, John took about 15 seconds for this this move, and in this 1-0 you can't go thinking long like that, especially if you're playing against a better player. It's what I experienced against Blitzbullet myself today. And then you're just losing on the clock, or you make a mistake and you're losing on the position as well. Opperwezen trying to get this knight on d4 so he can play knight takes f3. Okay, alright, there's castles now, maybe bishop c5 next. Well, this is over. Yeah, he resigns. Probably a mate there around the second rank. Sticking to this bishop b4 idea in the French opening. Maybe you should try to switch it up with some e4 d5 or knight f6. Clearly this isn't working for him. And sure, opperwezen is always the favorite to win this, and he's showing why, 6-1. But you'll always have a chance against these guys. But then you need to come prepared, or at least be able to switch openings if it isn't working. Try to get them in unfamiliar territory. Maybe try to get them on the clock or something like that. And John is just playing into the hands of Opper here. Queen at d8 threatened here, and also knight moves, bishop f7. Yeah, he goes for it. It's not made yet. Queen at d8. The king can move to d6. Right, he tries to make a new queen. Now pawn at e3. Go for pawn at e3. Yeah, he took too long there. I don't know if he was made it after g7, but I don't think so. So he had to try to counterattack with pawn at e3 or something like that. Alright, same opening again. This knight e2, f4, maybe f3 this time. Okay. Last time it worked out very well for upper. I guess you'll cover e3 here, maybe rook b1. And yeah, I don't like this light square weakness here, and also the open h file seems to be worth this piece sacrifice here. And already he's won the piece back, so. And now he'll be piling up on this knight and try to trade it, bishop at h6 probably. And then some knight at h4 or some threats down the h file. John trying to resolve it by sacrificing, but now he's lost a few pawns, and opperwezen is still fine here, I think. He can just cover this bishop and now try to use this pawn advantage here. John might go for some rook takes e6, yeah, as we see here. But knight at h4 is hard to deal with, maybe. That was just a free pawn. And he really needs a knight now on f4, but he doesn't have one. And this will be mate, I guess. Ah, rook at h1, very cute. If you take pawn at g2 and promote to queen, and now bishop at d1 is mate. Alright, 8-1 already. So upper needs 3 more wins, or a draw and 2 more wins, since it's first to 10.5 points. Okay, John finally deciding to switch it up. That's nice. Opperwezen getting creative here, and that's where John may get some points, when opperwezen tries to be creative like he is, and then maybe makes a mistake, and then you can get an advantage there. For example, now John is up on the clock by 10 seconds, has an okay position. I think this queen is nearly trapped. It might be trapped. Yeah, it seems trapped. So this is where you want to be as John. And he finds a way to relieve the queen, just block and make quick moves here. Pawn at d3, maybe pawn at f3, bishop at g2, attacking these two guys, and then if rook g1, knight takes f3, of course. Just take, make him burn time, watch out for any at b6 stuff. Right. And now we'll probably see some very high speed by upper, but at least John has a really good chance of winning this. If not on time, then on the position. And John has the speed to outplay some guy like upper in these time advantage situations. Alright, so John takes the game. Let's see if he can get a few more in. Would be nice if it doesn't end in 11-2 for the neutral observer, as they say. Opperwezen going for this h5 move, not allowing any knight at h5 in the future, which I think is the way to go against these setups by white. Threatening here, and well, opperwezen is a piece up here, I think, or maybe not, but at least he's doing fine as black after 15 moves, which is always nice. Knight here and maybe some pawn at e4, sacrifice for it. He decides to go break his king side, win a pawn here. Probably takes on h2, yes. If he took pawn at g3 would have been nasty. Rook at h1, pawn at h2 probably. Okay, he decides to make him use another blocker, which is always a good thing to do. Okay, Opper takes it 9-2. And John getting back to this e6, knight c6, bishop c4, b4. And he tries to get creative with f5, but pawn at h6 already creating many holes in his position. Pawn at f6 next maybe. Or try to trade a knight and get a knight on g7. Yes, this he just gives it to him. Knight at f6 is mate in one. If he takes the queen. And that queen takes g4 was just instantly played by Opper. That's the nice thing. He just knows it's a good move. Probably expecting or already figuring out that a knight would be enough to mate, so maybe he was hoping for knight at g4 there. Okay. Pawn at e4, bishop at e7 probably, or bishop e7 I mean. Renewing the threat of knight at f3. Alright, he goes bishop b4 first. What's the point behind that? Maybe you make him use a blocker or something like that. Or just castle next move. It's also possible. Takes and castle. Not even takes. Because then the knight will be covering f3. So he's just sacrificing here. And now we'll see knight at h4 or f4, yes. Attacking this g2, h3 squares. Pawn at e7 though. Winning material for John. So John may be getting one final game in. Pawn at h6 and pawn at g7, okay. Cheeky inviting this bishop takes e3 because knight at e7 would have been checkmate then. Alright, I think we're gonna see John take this. If he plays this fast enough. Because there's mate here. Oh no, he should just wait for the mate there. Okay, he's going for the flag. Okay, Opper takes it. And I guess they have decided beforehand to play all 20 games. So we'll see some more action. But for the tournament, opperwezen is now already through to the candidates. So very happy for him. And I guess that will leave us with 2 Dutchmen in the candidate stage. Sadly not with me, but opperwezen and variance only is also from the Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, John trying to sacrifice a piece here for the initiative, but this bishop has nothing to do yet. So you might want to go e5 or something like that. Try to open the scope of the bishop, but opperwezen blocks that by going e5 himself. And now we'll probably see bishop at g5 or something like that to harass the dark squares. Pawn at g6, nice move. Trying to get in on f7 or and h7. John sees that taking here would have been a bad idea, because then pawn at f7 and taking the rook is very strong. And another sacrifice by opperwezen. E takes d6 would have been made with knight takes d6, and opper takes on the clock. Okay, 12-2. Alright, we see this knight e2 g3 again with c3, which I guess is something John has looked at, because he played it a few times already. And as you may know, I'm not the best theoretical player, at least not in these e4 lines. Okay, now you may want to sacrifice for pawn at a7. Yes, he sees it. Now we'll probably see knight at b6, not allowing this pawn to queen on a8, but instead make him take the knight. And John tries to make opperwezen use another knight on h8, or a8 I mean. So this is actually looking rather good for him. Don't know if that was the best decision, because now bishop at c4, knight at d3 is annoying. Maybe it wasn't that good after all, and the opper just showed me why. You probably want to go bishop at e4 and knight c4. And now rook at c2 is already a strong threat. And queen b5 if you take, or bishop at c4 for that matter. Alright, bishop at c2 is made. Okay, John going for this dark square weaknesses on the queen side. Opper opts to sacrifice some material. He wants to go pawn at e7 if you take the rook, winning the queen back. John accepts it. Bishop b2, what's that about? Ah, queen at b4, winning the bishop with check on this king. Forking these two squares. He'll repeat once and then okay, he won the queen back. Opper sacrificed the queen back for a bishop and pawn. But he's very close to getting mated. Yeah, queen g4, very strong. Guess there was also bishop at f5, maybe mating. Okay. Opper takes it, 14-2. Will we see another victory for John? He took the first one and the one in the middle there, but then well, Opper is just showing class. This is just looking so strong for black. I don't know if It may be theory for white, and maybe John is messing up the move order or something like that, but I can't believe this is good for white. Queen d3 maybe now. Alright, he decides to sacrifice the queen. Maybe he wants to go take here and e6. This should not be allowed. Queen at d2. Knight f4 next. Yes. Knight takes h3 is on. Also queen takes g4 probably is good enough. So John resigns there. I think this opening is okay for John though. Now he has to take on c3 and knight at e6. Alright, he goes bishop f8. And then knight at d6. Maybe solid enough. But pawn at d5 will be annoying. Pawn at a3 maybe. Alright, he goes for pawn at d4, sacrificing a pawn. What's the follow-up here? I don't know. Maybe rook at b2. Okay, rook takes b2 and bishop at c1 or bishop at b4. And some crazy moves there. Opper sacrificed the queen there. He was safe on a4, but maybe he didn't like bishop at d4, eyeing these two squares. Alright, and we'll probably see a time scramble here. And John's is still looking safe for now. Okay, he allowed knight at f5. That's not good. And there will be mate soon, yeah. Rook at g5 was mate in any case. Alright, 2 more games. I guess maybe f3 first, okay. Knight e2, g3. Maybe this is the move order to go. And knowing Opper, he'll probably play bishop h4 at some stage. Knight at f5. Okay, he goes for c2. And now he switches his attention with bishop g5. Maybe he'll take and play knight h4. Seems reasonable. Knight c4 also. Alright. Of course it's alright. It's opperwezen. He who knows all. As we probably would translate that in Dutch. And now Opper is getting in. He's got the initiative. Harassing the queen. Maybe some bishop at e3. Okay, he goes knight f4, winning the queen. John makes it a trade. Okay. I don't like that move. Taking back here. Queen at c1. Very nice find. Taking all the pieces, not going for any mate or try to search for a mate. Just take the pieces. a4 and 95 maybe next for opper. Alright, he'll want another pawn at h6 and then pawn at g7. And this will be the final game between these two. Or at least that's the format. Maybe they'll play on, but I don't know what they'll do. And then we have another 2 matches coming up in a few hours. I will pull up the schedule for you after this has finished. And I don't know for sure, but there might be someone streaming those. It probably won't be me. For sure it won't be me, because I will be sleeping then, but maybe someone in a different time zone. Alright. Opper takes it 18-2. Very nice performance. And great show of strength there. Alright, let's see, we have the calendar here. This ended just now, and it's now, let's see. Well, you can see it here. I think this is GMT, the times. In about 3-4 hours there will be 2 matches. Master 10 against Retarded Platypus 1, 2, 3, which will be a very interesting one, I think. Master 10, of course, with vast experience, but Retarded Platypus is playing very strong these last few months. He's really improved in Crazyhouse the last year. So, well, we'll see if he'll get an upset there against Master 10. And then the well-known Andrew Tang Penguin GIM is playing the King Switcher, and maybe I've played the King Switcher, but I don't know the King Switcher actually. Don't know if he is just using another name and is some familiar face, or he's just unknown for me. We'll see about that. And I guess that makes it the last 2 matches. Let's see. Yeah, Master 10 Retarded Platypus and Penguin versus the King Switcher. And then we have all candidates, since Blitzbullet beat me today 11-6, and opperwezen is also on to the next round. And the candidates will be 30 games matches, and it's not so much about if you win the match, but it's about winning as many games as possible, because the final score will be not on match points but on board points, we would say, or at least just the total number of wins. So for example, you better win 25-5 and lose 16-14 than win twice with 16-14. Thanks for following HoneyMad SLW. But well, it's been fun commenting on this match, and well, the last 2 matches in the 3rd round I won't be able to make them, but I guess maybe I thought maybe Fumitox will be streaming that. I thought, okay, mentioned that. Let's just move away from this. He might be streaming that, but if you're not in the Netherlands and won't be sleeping, do check it out. Probably will be some great Crazy House as well. And I think Little Plotkin's idea is to start with the candidate section as soon as possible. So probably next week there will be more matches next weekend probably, and I'll try to comment on some. And I know Jan Lee is also trying to comment as much as possible. So we'll try to get you some great content. And I also would like to point out this Crazyhouse Olympiad, which is an idea by Little Plotkin. I won't be reading all this, but the main idea is that you'll be playing for your country in a team of 4 with time control 3+2, and do sign up for this if you're a Crazy House enthusiast. Also, if you don't think that you have the level or something like that, don't let it hold you back. Just sign up for it, and we'll have a great Crazy House tournament maybe. Alright, let's play some, maybe play some last games. Just to get some games going. If you're in the chat and you would like to challenge me, that's also nice. I'll probably play for 15 minutes or something like that. Just to get some games going. Knight h4 and trying to get in on g2. Right, he allows it. And now threatening here and here. Pawn at g2 may have been stronger, but okay. Knight h3. And let's win the queen. Rook at g1. And queen at h3 is already made, I guess. Okay. And just a quick announcement. This Tuesday is again the weekly Crazy House Arena, I think. And I'll try to make that as well. Okay, mate, thank you. As usual, as you maybe know if you watched the weekly Crazy House in the past, I won't be there from the start, but I'll probably be there an hour late, since I have to work first. But I'll try to get some slower Crazy House then, with hopefully also entertaining comments. Maybe knight takes e4. Try to win the queen here. Let's repeat. Right, getting very low on time here. Let's get some bishop at g7 in. Yes, he doesn't see it. Alright, C declines. Alright, I guess it's time for me to go to bed anyways. So let's see. Yes, this Tuesday at 9 the Netherlands time, I'll probably be around 10. Then I will be streaming again. So for now, have a good day wherever you are, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.